To my right is Councilman O. To my left is Councilman Tautenberger and Councilman Greenlee. We now like to start the hearing. For the record, we'd just like to say Bill number 180822 and 181010 are being held to the call of the sponsor. And Ms. Kelly, please read the title of the first bills.
Bill number 180941, an ordinance establishing parking regulations in the vicinity of 45th Street and Spruce Street, Cedar Avenue and 47th Street, 34th Street and Brandywine Street, Farragut Street and Walnut Street.
Do all three? If we could read all three bills, and then Dion, if you would then testify to all three.
Okay. Bill number 180942, an ordinance establishing parking regulations in the vicinity of Larchwood Avenue and South 47th Street, Larchwood Avenue and South 59th Street, North 33rd Street and Spring Garden Street, Delancey Street and South 51st Street, Sansom Street and South 51st Street, South 61st Street and Chestnut Street. And Bill number 180995, an ordinance establishing parking regulations in the vicinity of Brandywine Street and North 33rd Street, Larchwood Street and South 45th Street, South 44th Street and Spruce Street, Cedar Avenue and South 54th Street, Sloane Street and Baring Street, Belmont Avenue to Girard Avenue, Hamilton Street to North 38th Street.
Thank you. Ms. Presley, please state your name for the record and proceed with your testimony as we testify on all three bills read into the record.
Dion Braceley. Good day, Council. My name is Dion Braceley, Deputy Manager for the Philadelphia Parking Authority. Thank you for allowing me to testify before Council regarding ordinances 180941, 180942, and 180995, establishing parking regulations. The Philadelphia Parking Authority has no objection to the ordinances previously read before Council and recommends favorable consideration. Thank you again for your time, and I will be happy to respond to questions at this time.
Thank you so much for your testimony. Are there any questions? Seeing none, is there anyone else here to testify on bill number 180941, 180942, or 180995? Seeing none, thank you. Ms. Kelly, please read the title of the next bill.
Bill number 180865, an ordinance establishing a one-way regulation on Aspen Street from North Markoe Street to North 46th Street, eastbound.
Thank you, Saint. Please state your name for the record and proceed with your testimony.
Good morning, Chairman Squilla and members of the Streets and Services Committee. My name is St. Martin Torrance. I'm Director of Legislative Affairs for the Department of Streets. I'm here to offer testimony on bill number 180865. The Department of Streets has no objections to this bill. This regulation was established on a trial basis beginning on September 1st, 2017. Thank you for the opportunity to be here before you today.
Thank you for your testimony. Any questions? Seeing none, anyone else here to testify on bill number 180865? Seeing none, thank you. Ms. Kelly, please read the title of the next bill.
Bill number 180742, an ordinance establishing a no-truck parking and tow-away regulations on Commerce Way from McNulty Road to its terminus, further northeastwardly therefrom.
Good morning, Chairman Squilla and members of the Streets and Services Committee. My name is St. Martin Torrance. I'm Director of Legislative Affairs for the Department of Streets. I'm here to offer testimony on bill number 180742. This regulation was posted on October 11, 2018 as a trial. We have not received any complaints or concern from the surrounding property owners. As such, the Department of Streets has no objection to this bill. Thank you for your time. This concludes my testimony.
Thank you. Any questions? Seeing none, is anyone else here to testify on bill number 180742? Seeing none, thank you. Ms. Kelly, please read the title of the next bill.
Bill number 180910, an ordinance establishing no-truck parking and tow-away regulations on both sides of Darnell Road from Decatur Road to Dutton Road.
Please proceed.
Good morning, Chairman Squilla, members of the Streets and Service Committee. My name is St. Martin Torrance. I'm Director of Legislative Affairs for the Department of Streets. I'm here to offer testimony on Bill number 180910. This regulation was posted on October 24th, 2018 as a trial. We have not received any complaints or concerns from the surrounding property owners. As such, the Department of Streets has no objections to this bill. Thank you for your time. This concludes my testimony.
Thank you. Any questions? Seeing none, anyone else here to testify on Bill number 180910? Seeing none, Ms. Kelly, please read the title of the last bill, please.
Bill number 170517, an ordinance amending Section 9605 of the Philadelphia Code entitled Towing by increasing the amount of the fine that a towing company must pay for improper cleanup of an accident scene, all under certain terms and conditions.
Thank you. Please state your name for the record and proceed with your testimony. Matt.
Good morning, Chairman Squilla, other members of the Committee on Streets and Services. My name is Matt White. I'm an advisor to Police Commissioner Ross. And on behalf of the Commissioner, I would like to thank the committee for giving the Police Department the opportunity to voice its opinion regarding Bill number 170517. The Police Department fully supports this bill. Debris in the roadway of any kind creates a dangerous situation that imperils both life and property. It is negligent and dangerous for the responsible party to fail to remedy debris in the roadway. In the case of automobile accidents involving towing, Section 9605 4D5 clearly places the responding tow truck company in the position of responsibility to perform reasonable cleanup at the scene. This bill serves to emphasize the importance of this cleanup for the towing companies in Philadelphia by increasing the fine from $100 to $300. While I cannot supply any data on this topic, I can say from experience as a patrol officer in the city that debris from auto accidents affects the safety of citizens and creates a significant risk of unnecessary property damage. Therefore, I offer the full support of the Police Department to this bill. This concludes my testimony. I'd be happy to answer any questions at this time.
Thank you for your testimony, Councilman Tautenberger, the sponsor of the bill.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and Mr. White, thank you very much for your testimony. Many of the tow operators are contracted by the city, is that correct or not correct, on accident removal?
So they sign up to be part of the rotational tow program. There are 6 divisions in the city that each have a rotational tow list, and they are dispatched by, through the...
police radio then?
Through police radio, yes.
Okay, so, and it's voluntary, or who ultimately pays them when they pick up a tow?
I believe they're ultimately paid by the motorist. There are set fees by the ordinance that they can charge for the rotational tow.
Okay. I mean, I'm the author of the bill. I think it's something that's really needed. Got a number of complaints, but I also then want to ask you on enforcement. Okay, so they leave a messy thing, they leave a bumper, they leave something. How's that enforced? The police see that, or somebody calls that in, or?
I suppose it could go either way. So the police will generally be responding to these calls as well to take the actual accident report. Obviously, there'd be some record of the rotational tow being dispatched to a location. So if there were debris there after the fact, if the police had left the scene, I'm sure that.
And once they're dispatched by police radio, is that recorded? That say we dispatched ABC Towing Company on this date?
Yes, sir. It is. It's all recorded in the.
So if they leave a mess, we can.
I believe it would be fairly easy to track down.
Last question I have is, many times, correct me if I'm wrong, or is this illegal now, where the police may call for a tow truck, but somebody might already hear that, another tow truck comes there, and then the other tow truck, not the ABC company, but the or whatever company, does the tow, and they leave the damn mess.
So the issue of other companies attempting to respond to the tows has been a problem in the past. The rotational tow system is designed such that only the dispatch towing company can take the tow.
Oh, really?
And anyone else that would try to interfere with that would be subject to penalties under the code.
So, okay, so that matter is resolved. Okay, very good. Well, Mr. White, thank you very much, and Mr. Chairman, thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Tautenberger. And also, too, the city is now engaged in a new app for rotational towing that will significantly reduce the number of people who would be at the site. So therefore, the person who does leave the mess would be identified in that app, and then the fine would be. And from what I understand, at least from previously, that when people do leave this mess, even though the tow operator is supposed to clean it up, the city would then become and have to clean it up, would then be a cost to the city, and that's why the increase of the fine. Is that correct?
That is my understanding as well, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. Any other questions? Seeing none, is there anyone else here to testify on bill number 170517? Seeing none, thank you. That will end our hearing. We now will go into a public meeting. I'd like to recognize Councilman Greenlee to read the title of the bills.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I move that the following bills be reported out as committee with favorable recommendation and that the rules of council be suspended to allow them first reading in the next session of council. Bill numbers 180941, 180942, 180995, 180865, 180742, 180910, and 170517.
The bill has been read into the records and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. All bills read into the record have been approved with favorable recommendations to be read in next, suspension of the rules will be in the next council session. Thank you. That will end our committee here.